I forgot to ask you. So, what was your thought of Monday Night Raw? I know what you'll think about the Cross and Jeff Hardy thing, which
No, I know exactly which part you're gonna say.
oh
Uh,
no, that's some parts.
yeah, okay. Weirdly enough, weird as it might sound, I honestly did not mind seeing Reginald take the 24/7 title.
He's gonna be entertaining now, and he's gonna be a face.
If
You're gonna see a lot of flips
I
and,
mean,
and
if
stuff.
he's gonna be on himself and he's gonna just gonna run and people are gonna like, and if
Hmm.
and there's now a bigger possibility of him getting the hell beaten out of him, which is something I might have fantasized about a couple of times. But uh,
It's gonna be a while. He's gonna be the
yeah,
Crash Holly of the 24/7
but
for a while.
honestly, it was a good Raw for what it was. Like I mean, like of course I watched it and like it was hard to avoid spoilers for the Goldberg thing or
Well, we knew, but yeah, we
yeah.
tried to keep the thing before, which I'm like, yay, Masahito's right. It is Keith Lee, and like, yay, he's back, and yay,
Yeah.
he lost, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the SummerSlam match, and then it happened, and I'm like, okay, like,
It's kind of
what the
a
hell was that all for?
yeah. I mean, like I think they're just tying up Keith Lee, the Keith Lee Bobby Lashley thing. Okay,
And Joe said that, but let's be
yeah,
honest, who really remembers that?
Joe does. I guess that's
Exactly. See, exactly. So, exactly. Who remembers that? No one. That's what like it's just him.
it's
And the thing is,
looks.
I get it. They have to have Bobby look dominant, but not
It's
for
the
the
first
sake of
draw with
Keith
the
Lee.
crowd. It's the first draw with the
Yeah.
crowd. I think they wanted to throw out as many surprises as they can get away with.
Yes, and he's back. He's back on
Yeah,
Raw full time. He's cleared and stuff.
I'm just happy he's back. Honestly, that's.
Yeah, and
I mean, and people said he shot or got squashed by Lashley. I mean, like that's not the match
nah,
I saw.
nah, because like I was telling Joe, him getting squashed is getting the hurt lock and tapping out. No, he
Yeah,
fought out of it. He just Lashley's
he
dominated, and
dominated.
that's it. They can come back to
He got caught with the spear. That's what happened. It's
exactly. So yeah,
yes.
he
So
lost. Now
yeah. So it's
Cross did Karrion Cross did get squashed, and not a squash matter, but that is
it's
okay.
I
Yes,
I understand what they're trying to do, but that's not the guy to do it.
exactly.
I
That's
mean,
the whole pet.
and
Yeah.
here's the thing: you could have gotten away with Jeff Hardy getting the win if Cross would have just destroyed him right after the match.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
And,
imagine
and
like
and do
Jeff
a roll
Hardy's
up.
yeah. Well, he did put
Mhm.
his foot. He did put his feet on the rope while pinning him. Then no one has talked about that at all.
Oh, they
Which
did, and I'll get to that. I get to that. I get to
yeah,
that. But that the thing is, yeah, he could have just rolled them up because now he look like a goof. Because we love Jeff Hardy and you a heel.
but the
We
guy
gonna
rolled
just
it.
not.
He got
Yeah.
outsmarted,
See. Yeah.
and
And cheated.
yeah, but
So.
that's the thing. They could have like if you could imagine like being shocked that guy, oh my God, Cross just lost in his first match. Jeff Hardy is celebrating, and Cross just nails him from behind and just destroys him.
Hmm.
It would have been a good way to put Cross out because I remember Joe and I had this thing about had this theory about Asuka making her debut on the Raw roster after NXT. If she had lost that first match and just went into a tirade, like just onto it just sets her off the end. But this guy lost to Jeff Hardy, got cheated out of it, I guess, or got it, and then they interview him in the ring, and he's calm and collected.
Exactly. Like he got better. He got one over me.
Yeah, I'm gonna like Jeff Hardy. I'm gonna get one over you. Yeah, dude, he just beat you. It's
It's that.
you should be pissed. Yeah, I mean, like the whole like holding back rage thing does not work for this guy. He should be
And,
just
and, and my thing is, that's the one main thing I always thought would be protected, will be the NXT title. That's the one main thing that you're not gonna let that person win because this is your development brand and this is what you want people to watch and see. And you just have all people, and no offense to Jeff Hardy, but it's Jeff Hardy beat the
he's
NXT
the
champion
he doesn't
like
yeah.
that.
Jeff Hardy was
Yeah.
is not hot at the moment. That's the
No, and I just like I thought that's one fight thing, and I was telling him that they even protect Michael Cole, and that was storyline. Because that was them feuding against NXT. And when Kevin Owens came up, he beat John Cena.
He beat
See,
John
that's
Cena
the whole
first.
point.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. See, they protected that title. Now it's like, whatever. We don't give a fuck. And and I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. Because since SummerSlam is like 7 weeks away, you can destroy him 2 or 3 times in the whole build-up. The question is, why do I want to see the outcome of the match of this feud now? Because next week, if they have another match and he destroys them, it's over now. Feud's over. Move on. But
they're
no,
not gonna
no one
say they're.
WWE.
I don't think
Yeah,
they're gonna have another match. They're gonna have Jeff Hardy in a different match, and he's gonna attack him afterwards, and they're gonna build up towards. But then
yeah.
again,
But
like you
then,
said, it's 7 to 8 weeks. It's a long time.
yeah, yeah. Like, who cares? Or they gonna make him lose again? See, that's the whole thing. You kind of started something weird here. So
Yeah,
yeah,
if they're gonna go the whole like Jeff Hardy's the monkey on his back that he couldn't shake off, it's not gonna end well.
yeah. Yeah, and then it'd be a point. Then shouldn't he be the NXT champion? Shouldn't he be in NXT going
Shouldn't
for the
Jeff?
belt?
I mean, honestly, that's one way to salvage this is have Jeff Hardy challenge Cross. If Cross was not in a Samoa Joe feud, I would say that this would be the way to go now. Jeff Hardy comes down to NXT, says, I have a win over you already on Raw, and I should be challenging for an NXT title. And then this whole thing makes sense.
Oh, hold on. They got 8 weeks. They can still do that.
They can do that. They
They
can
can do that.
they can do that in a couple of weeks. Like for example, if Jeff Hardy, for example, challenges Cross 3 weeks from now, for example, Cross
Hmm.
beats Hardy, and then Samoa Joe comes out, and then Samoa Joe attacks Cross or challenges Cross or whatever.
Hmm.
Because if you remember, Takeover is the day after SummerSlam, so
Hmm. Which
it's
I'm
weird.
worried about that.
It's weird.
I know I'm worried about that. Yeah, because Vince wants SummerSlam to be this year's WrestleMania to make up
It's
for this. Yeah,
exactly the whole thing.
please.
It's
So,
because if you feel like if Vince is vindictive towards NXT, this would be a perfect move to do. First beat their champ, and then instead of having to follow a takeover, have takeover follow them, and then just pull off all the stops. That's
it kind of seemed like it's going to be that way. It's going to be that way.
it does look
Exactly
like
like
that.
that. Yeah, it kind of looks like that because if how you book Takeover right now?
Um, I would
That you
say
think will surpass, and I'll make it easy for you. What we already know the two main events at SummerSlam:
yeah.
Cena versus Roman, Goldberg versus Lashley. What two matches you think can top that for Takeover?
I would say Joe versus Cross has a good feel to it if there is long-term storytelling in it. But the problem is I don't see Adam Cole versus anyone right now that can build up enough momentum from here to take over.
Hmm.
I don't see Kyle O'Reilly building enough to game. I don't think Swerve versus Santos Escobar is a heel versus heel match. It's not gonna like pull a lot of people in. It's gonna be a good match,
Hmm.
and this is an unpopular opinion, but honestly, Raquel Gonzalez is impressive as hell. Her title reign is not really exciting,
No. Mm-mm.
and
I
that's not
picked
a
up on
fault.
that too.
Yeah, that's not her fault. It's just that there is no person that's gonna challenge her, and you're gonna think this girl has a chance in hell.
Mhm. She's she's about 2 feet taller than most of the roster,
Yeah,
and she's
exactly,
not that tall. Exactly. See?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's if they work towards the Dakota guy versus Raquel starting next week, that's gonna be good. That could be a good thing for her.
Hmm. So, see, that's what I'm saying, and that's gonna be the problem there. And then just two main event matches for SummerSlam. It's gonna be hard for NXT. It's gonna be hard,
It's gonna be hard. It's
and
gonna be
that's
hard. It's gonna be hard for
yeah.
people to tune in. They might be burnt out after SummerSlam.
Exactly.
Because one
And
thing you can tell about Takeover still, once they put Takeover before the Big Show is still the main event. Now Takeover is not gonna
mhm,
be the main event. Takeover is gonna be the after party. It's gonna.
exactly. hmm And this is I'm more concerned about, and no one seems to get. Cross is not. Uh, he's not only NXT. He's on Raw also.
Mhm.
So we might see him next week. And I'm just saying that kind of messing up NXT because the more you main roster Cross, is more people lose interest in him in NXT. As you can see, it happened at that taping and stuff like that. So we just got to
Yeah.
see. That's what I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. And that's what they said. He officially on the main roster now. And I'm like, but he's the NXT
But
champion. He
uh,
needs to be protected.
but
See?
here's the thing. Even before his Raw appearance, Cross is one of the least. And it pains me to say this, but I've seen fans' reaction to him online. He's one of the least popular NXT champions ever, or least
Oh, I
respected
know.
even.
I know. But here's my
And
see.
I don't
This is-
understand why.
oh, I can tell you why. To me, you have to realize NXT is for all the indie darlings that we say, because they get all the big indie fans like that. Those them people who WWE would never get if there was no NXT. See what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Them
Cross
your
is.
Ring of Honor guys. Yeah, and so Cross is a WWE like guy. He's tall, he's big, he towers over past champions. And
Mhm.
now we supposed to believe he's a there's no to me the most dominant NXT champion was Finn and Adam Cole.
Yeah,
You see the catch there? See
true.
they didn't have a big hulking type guy and stuff like that. And now you try to tell me this big hulking guy before Keith Lee now, before they moved him up,
Mhm.
they can this basically what Adam Cole said. You got the big interest, you got the girl, they hype you up like you this unstoppable monster, but they know we can see through all that. So yeah. Because that
Yeah,
6 man, you seen five, what was it? No, it was 5 people, right? You saw 4 workhorses, and then you just see Cross, who can work, but he just here. He's Hulk. I'm here. Y'all do all your
and
little
the
stuff,
problem
and
is
I'll smash it then.
yeah, and he has to be the Hulk for the match. That's the problem. He needs to be the spark.
Exactly. See, yeah.
And
And then it's
and Adam Cole pointing out a few points that people have taken as fact was a problem.
exactly
Saying that
because they
they
like
gave you this, they gave you this. They don't. He basically said that Cross was WWE'd. And that's
he was because
and,
think before the injury, no, he quickly rose to NXT champion, got injured, and Finn came, he had all this nice arrow Finn, and they quickly gave him the belt again, and now he's supposed to be like, yeah, but we forgot about you. So, and I think it's more Lee too. People was all hyped on Lee. He was dual champion, but
yeah,
first title defense, he lost, and
yeah,
he lost. Yeah,
yeah. He lost because
see,
yeah, and again, Lee is also a big man, but Lee is not a WWE type big man. That's the they.
exactly, exactly. So it's just they don't like that Vince look of people because if you look at it, Priest didn't get NXT championship.
No.
You know, he got North American. He wasn't good enough. They plucked Braun before he even did any PC
Before he
stuff.
did any
And
matches,
funny
yeah.
enough, yeah. So them Vince type
The guy was
people,
happy being a Centurion in the the Roseburg.
yes. Big E was a nice champion, but it took Big E this long to try to even get touch anything that's the world title or anything.
Mhm.
It's just that's how it is though. They like that. They like the Undisputed Era. They like Johnny Gargano type looking guys. That's what it is. Is they like the workhorses.
Yeah,
They don't like yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, I saw a lot of people think he's boring. There's nothing special about him and everything. And I'm looking at that like they got a point there. Cause I'm looking because this is just Cross in general. I don't see anything. He's good and great, but I really don't see anything interesting. Say, oh, you know what? I need to see a Karrion Cross match.
and and here's a problem here's a problem with dark characters in general. And if I said this about what's her name who was on AEW Monster Truck,
uh,
what was her Abaddon.
uh, 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 Yeah,
Yeah,
is a band, Adon.
Abaddon. Yeah, Abaddon or Abaddon, whatever.
Yeah,
But it's the
yeah.
same thing. Like being a dark character without depth is not enough anymore.
Hmm.
It's
No,
not.
no,
It's not
no.
1990 where the Undertaker can just come out and slowly build and towards and be
And
mysterious and everything. And it might work if you're not the champion,
hmm hmm
because once you're the champion, you're the center. There's gonna be more light on you, so the darkness needs to fade away. So if you keep Cross as the main champion and you don't give him any more depth, then just he gets pissed off. That's basically his whole character development thing is just he gets mad that people challenge him or people step up to him.
yeah. hmm Fall and pray, and I'm like, you look
Next,
like a bully in NXT. You look like a bully in NXT. That's what you look like.
yeah, which is good because, and yeah, their big problem was they should not have given any chance for him to be a babyface. He should have been like a full 100% heel.
hmm Well, he is
And
now.
when he came, I mean, he is now, yeah, but it's kind of like after he got like the Rocky Maivia kind of like
hmm
reaction because he was the clear babyface against Johnny Gargano, but Johnny Gargano was getting cheered.
hmm Because he's our guy.
Yeah,
You know, NXT Johnny. So that's what it is. I'm just worried that him being on Raw, it's gonna be hard for him because they gonna have him if he's a Vince favorite and Vince like they're gonna have him stomp through majority of the
they're
roster, and it's not
gonna
gonna be
they're
exciting.
gonna they're,
It's
they're
not.
gonna skyrocket them, and honestly, Raw's roster is pretty thin at the moment. It's not thin as in
hmm
there's not enough numbers, but there's not enough big big time players.
No, no.
I would
So
say
Randy comes back.
yeah, until Randy goes. But I would say a big money match for Cross, maybe at Survivor Series or something, would be Drew McIntyre.
I'm thinking it's gonna happen, and I
Yeah,
tell you where Drew lies is if Drew loses, they move across up. If Drew wins, they still some life in Drew.
yeah, yeah. There's still
So
some
yeah.
life in Drew. Either that, or if they're gonna keep Drew away from the title for that long, if they keep them separate all the way until WrestleMania, and you have like this big house fight or like a big, because honestly, a part of like big attractions like the big like heavyweight bout type of thing where it even well it honestly in 2013 it kind of like the hype for Mark Henry versus Ryback kind of even got to me. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. It wasn't, but I still can
Yeah.
wait for that moment. That might be.
Yeah, you can
But
still you get hype by it. We get hype
yeah,
by weird stuff. It's understandable.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
So
but again, here's the problem. Once he goes to Jeff Hardy, is he gonna like? How are you gonna keep him away from that, upper echelon?
oh no, because once he get past Jeff Hardy, I think he'll get the right back treatment. He's just gonna be squashing people and go through. They're gonna build him as an unstoppable
Yeah,
monster,
yeah.
and
Now,
he yeah.
yeah. Another way they can do this is also like he could tease for the match, and when they finally when if they're gonna do Jeff Hardy versus Cross at SummerSlam, you don't see Scarlett until SummerSlam, and they can hype that up as the X Factor that changed, or like when she's there, when she's around him, he is that rage monster that the people fear, or something like
hmm
that.
Now
I could actually get behind like Scarlett being the one that pulls the strings or the one that taps into that unstoppable
yeah.
monster thing if they do.
Honestly, though, I didn't see the big deal about not having Scarlett there. I get why people was worried because they are an act. When you see something on NXT, you hopefully think it transferred to the main roster.
It's
I learned not to never do that, but I don't see the big enough
it's
difference
the
to have.
understand. Yeah, I know, and I know that Scarlett is an accomplished wrestler. Well, let's say a well-traveled wrestler. I'm not in a position to judge whoever is accomplished or not accomplished, but anyway, um, the problem is Scarlett's whole identity on TV was just, the secondary second to Cross. And it's not even like Rusev and Lana where there are flashes of a personality that come out before they separated them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in NXT's world, in this WWE world, Scarlett, Cross. You two cannot separate. Cross could survive that separation, but Scarlett will need a full reboot.
Yes, and they might do that.
They might, but I'm not gonna like it.
Oh, I know. I know. I know. So we'll it's just gonna be interesting. See anything else? No, 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 no. Oh, so what you think about the Nikki Ash thing? I thought it was great, but
I
some
loved it.
people, yeah, this is some reason why people hate Money in the Bank, and they hate it because they feel that was a heel tactic that she did. As a babyface, she did that. So they expect everybody to cash in and be honorable and stuff. I look at it like it's Charlotte, and she did let Charlotte at least get up,
Yeah,
like
and
that.
yeah, but it's not. It is not a heel tactic though. It's not like CM Punk did it twice. The first time he was a full-on babyface even before doing it.
Oh yeah, but that's it. But this was people argue. I agree with you. Just people argue that it's a heel thing to cash in someone after
It's
they finish the match.
I will say this: it will be hard to sell it as a someone who's aspiring to be a superhero to take that path. That's the problem.
Yeah, but no, it's Money in the Bank. She won. Now we're gonna move on to that, and I'm happy for her, and I'm
But
great that she did it. And
it's
so,
like yeah, but then again, like it's once the blueprint has been set there of how to use money in the bank, and it's almost like a guaranteed path to a championship, you'd be an idiot. I mean, I won't say you'll be an idiot, but we will have to deduct some intelligence points for you not following that blueprint. That's
and it always builds to a story. Well, you just cashed on me. I wasn't ready. I this and that, and that's you have that automatic
yeah,
rematch, and then once they win, then they are solidified. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
same trope they always do. Yeah.
and I like it. I don't know if this is long-term storytelling or it's just happenstance, but I like that Nikki had that little run-in with both Charlotte and Rhea where she lasted the 2 minutes thing with them.
hmm
So it kind
I'm
of like
thinking it's triple threat. Yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be
it kind
triple
of ties
threat
her
thing.
into that story somewhat. Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be a triple threat at SummerSlam, which is a smart way of giving you once again Charlotte versus Rhea, but not giving you quite Charlotte versus Rhea.
Yes, because I was like, oh, when they had this, like, okay, I was thinking when Charlotte celebration, I'm thinking some Becky was going to return, but they still hold off on that, and like they having this thing, like something's going to happen, but then they had it no DQ. I'm like, please, this is it now. Y'all supposed to not have any more matches till SummerSlam. Then Nikki came in and running like, yes, no more matches, yes,
Yeah,
yes, like thank you. That's what I
but
need to
it's
do.
good,
So yeah,
and she deserves her. And
yeah.
well, since her character is actually resonating with a lot of young ladies apparently, like a lot of
Oh,
girls, and it's getting
Vince loves it.
yeah,
You
and Vince
see merchandise sales. He sees a lot of potential with her. I'm seeing this is going to be her
yes.
gimmick for a while. Yes.
Yes, strike while the iron is hot. Give her the championship now.
Yeah.
Skyrocket.
hmm So,
Yeah.
and
But
no,
all in all, it was
no,
a
just
good.
discussion.
Yeah, all in all,
Yeah,
it
it was
was
a
a good
decent
draw,
round.
honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
minus 10 minutes of it, but yeah, you know,
yeah,
only
come
one person can come
on,
in and
come
no,
on.
no,
That
no, no,
confrontation
no,
was
no.
short. That confrontation was shorter than a Goldberg match.
You're right. 5 minutes. I just walk in there. I'm next. I'm like, excuse me, Adam Pierce. This strange
Here's
person walked in and demanded a title match.
and here's the
Okay.
here's the problem with here's the problem. This guy, the last match this guy was in was also challenging for the title and lost.
Exactly.
There is no way like you cannot like build him build the what's the word? Build the justification on he's a legend that's coming back. He already used that once and he failed. It's I
It's
mean
about respect. Now,
he
now I'm just
used it
gonna
a
take
couple of
you
times. He
out.
lost. Yeah,
Do
yeah.
it
It's
all
exactly.
the
It's
time.
like yeah. I mean, that's the thing. If he had not challenged Drew McIntyre for the title in January, I would have said, okay, get your little thing. But he just had that title match. It doesn't seem that far away, honestly.
It's like just don't get that they have a number one contender match like this week, and it's a mysterious person, and it's Goldberg, and he's a miracle wins without killing anybody, and he earns it, just earns it. Now we got to go through this whole back and forth for him. Oh, you're a coward, this and that, and something. I'm like, oh God, just stop it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like, who knows who they would have had Goldberg beat there? I would rather Keith Lee lose to Lashley than Goldberg right now.
I don't know, Master. I don't know. That's just it. Like I don't know.
Again, like I said,
right.
The top echelon of that roster is thin. It's
very.
It's basically Lashley, Orton, McIntyre.
For now that Cross is there, to me anything goes. Shit, Hit Row can show up. Okay, like they can show up and say we're gonna, we the new Hurt Business. You like they didn't call them up. Yeah, they did. They doing double duty.
Honestly, I think they're the type of gimmick like that might work on the main roster if they just let them be them. If they don't do what they did to Sanity to them, like try to,
but not have them at all.
Yeah, not have them. Because I think this might happen to Hit Row. They might show up a couple of weeks, a couple of matches, poof, they're nowhere because we don't know where to fit them in.
Mm-hmm. It was one more thing before I go. WWE, I think. No. It was something. Oh, so you excited for the best tag team ever, Mansoor and Ali? Just like they just threw that in there. They're on TV. Let's go with that.
Honestly, yeah, they're on TV. If they're gonna do a buddy cop type of thing, or like sort of like a Kevin Hart and Ice Cube in Ride Along type of deal, I would like it. As long as as long as they don't focus on the whole like the biggest similarity between the two is.
Yeah. If they go with it, I want to be a nice tag team, and I want to go long, and I want Mansoor to turn on Ali, because again, it's that we just waiting for Ali to lead, and not a heel thing. Just say you weak and you just not good enough, and you can
like I've
make
learned
it a little hillish,
or like I've learned all I can learn from you. It's time for me to just skyrocket and leave you behind.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. You always gonna be stuck in this level because you Mustafa Ali. I'm gonna be Mansoor, and I'm gonna soar to higher things and stuff. That something like that. Yeah. Just don't make Ali like you weak and you not. That's old now. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm hoping this does not trigger a lot of latent racism in wrestling fans. It just.
I would tell you no.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I will tell you no, but I do remember We Are the People and how that just went way over with fans. Okay, see?
I mean, it went so over, like they put, like We the People was the blueprint of how Donald Trump won the election.
Exactly, see? And they had a Swiss man in it for God's sakes. They kind of toned it down after that, but when Cesaro joined, but that's the whole idea that Cesaro was part of that.
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Mud Show Drive-In. If you liked that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Mud Show Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.